Today at the Left Library, we're delving into Noam Chomsky and Edward S. Herman's groundbreaking work, Manufacturing Consent, The Political Economy of the Mass Media, published in 1988. This book offers a meticulous analysis of how mass media serves the interests of dominant power structures, shaping public perception and manufacturing consent for policies that benefit elites. With their propaganda model still holding true today, Chomsky and Herman's insights provide a compelling examination of the intersection between media, power, and democracy. Noam Chomsky is a renowned linguist, philosopher, cognitive scientist, historian, and social critic. Often referred to as the father of modern linguistics, Chomsky has also been a prominent voice in political activism. Edward S. Herman was an economist and media analyst known for his critical studies of mass media. Together, they bring a rigorous analytical approach to understanding the political economy of mass media. The propaganda model. Central to manufacturing consent is the propaganda model, which Chomsky and Herman use to explain how media operates within capitalist societies. They argue that mass media serves the interests of elite groups and corporations, shaping public perception to align with those interests espoused by the elite. The model identifies 5 filters that influence media content: ownership, advertising, sourcing, flak, and anti-communism, or more broadly, ideological control. Ownership: media outlets are owned by large corporations or wealthy individuals who have vested interests in maintaining the status quo. Chomsky and Herman write, "The interests of the owners are the interests of the media." This filter ensures that news coverage does not challenge corporate or elite power structures. Advertising media outlets rely heavily on advertising revenue, making them beholden to advertisers' interests. This dependency influences the type of content that gets produced, favoring material that attracts advertisers and avoids controversy. Advertising acts as a licensing authority over the media, the authors note in Chapter 2. Sourcing. Media often depends on information from government, business, and expert sources, which are typically representatives of powerful interests. This reliance skews news coverage towards the perspectives of these sources, marginalizing alternative viewpoints. Chomsky and Herman explain, the reliance on official sources leads to a systematic bias in reporting. Chapter 3. Flak. Negative responses to media content, such as complaints, lawsuits, or legislative actions, can pressure media outlets to conform to certain viewpoints. Flak serves as a disciplinary mechanism, deterring critical or dissenting journalism. The authors state, flak is a means of controlling media behavior. Chapter 4. Anti-communism/ideological control. During the Cold War, anti-communism was a significant ideological control mechanism. Today, this filter can be seen in broader terms as the promotion of ideology that supports the prevailing power structures, such as neoliberalism or nationalism. Chomsky and Herman assert, the ideological filter promotes conformity to established power. Chapter 5. To illustrate their propaganda model, Chomsky and Herman present several case studies that demonstrate how media coverage is skewed by these filters. One notable example is the disparity in media coverage between elections in Guatemala and Nicaragua during the 1980s. They show how the US media portrayed the Nicaraguan elections, held under a leftist government, as fraudulent and illegitimate, while the Guatemalan elections, held under a repressive right-wing regime, were presented as a step towards democracy. Chomsky and Herman write, the media's portrayal of elections is shaped by the political interests of the United States, in Chapter 6. This case study highlights how media serves as a tool for political propaganda, reinforcing US foreign policy objectives. Chapter 4. Implications for democracy. The analysis in manufacturing consent has profound implications for democracy. Chomsky and Herman argue that a truly democratic society requires a media system that provides diverse perspectives and serves the public interest rather than corporate or elite interests. They advocate for media reform and greater public participation in the media landscape. They state, a democratic society must ensure that its media serves the interests of the people, not the powerful. Chapter 9. This involves promoting media literacy, supporting public broadcasting, and encouraging media diversity to counteract the concentration of media ownership and influence. Chapter 5: Impact and Legacy. Manufacturing consent has had a significant impact on the study of media and communication. By providing a detailed analysis of the structural factors that shape media content, Chomsky and Herman's work has inspired critical media studies and influenced activists, journalists, and scholars. The propaganda model remains a valuable tool for understanding the complexities of media bias and its implications for democracy. The book's insights are particularly relevant in today's media landscape, where the concentration of media ownership and the influence of corporate advertising continue to shape public discourse. Chomsky and Herman's call for media reform and greater public participation in media production resonates with contemporary movements advocating for a more democratic and diverse media system. Noam Chomsky and Edward S. Herman's Manufacturing Consent is a crucial text for anyone interested in understanding the political economy of mass media. For those new to social science, it offers a clear and comprehensive introduction to the ways in which media serves elite interests. For those familiar with the field, it provides deeper insights into the structural factors that influence media content and the implications for capitalist democracy. Chomsky and Herman challenge us to rethink the role of media in society and to recognize the importance of critical media consumption. Their work encourages us to seek out independent media sources, support alternative viewpoints, and engage in critical thinking to resist the propaganda model. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into Noam Chomsky and Edward S. Herman's Manufacturing Consent. If you enjoyed this video or just made it this far, please give it a thumbs up and even share it with someone you think would enjoy it too. Don't forget to subscribe to the Left Library for simplified left-wing literature. We simplify political philosophy, political economy, and political science and try to make them accessible and engaging for everyone. Got a title suggestion? Let us know in the comments. Thank you again for watching, and remember, understanding the theories behind social change is the first step towards making a real difference. Keep questioning, keep learning, and keep striving for a better future.